I am Natalia. The higher guides have given me information that I am obliged to share with you immediately. You feel that the world around you is becoming more and more unpredictable, that the familiar reality is literally falling apart before your eyes. None of this is a coincidence. We are at the point of a great division of souls. And the level your soul is at right now will determine your fate in the year 2026. If you watch this video to the end, you will not only discover your soul's level, but also receive a tool for protection through an ancient channeling technique, a direct means of connecting with your higher self. Because, my dear ones, only through a relationship with yourself, with your higher self, can you change your relationship with this world and not fear the uncertainty of wars, personal crises, but instead pass through any negativity as if it merely brushes past you. Every person, in addition to the global transition, has their own personal one. We are all in different classes. Our tasks predetermine what will happen to us. Before incarnation, our soul chooses a certain destiny for itself. But how can we predict, for example, our next crisis? After all, good karma or good deeds today do not guarantee what we, as humans, understand as happiness. On the contrary, before incarnation, our soul chooses a specific destiny in order to gain the experience it needs. Since we are all in different grades, some are in first grade, some are in kindergarten, and some are already finishing graduate school, the lower the level our soul is currently at, the more predetermined what will happen to us is. But the higher the frequency range, the more freedom of choice we have. So, how do we reach a level where we have a choice? Today, I will reveal 5 hidden mechanisms through which you, as a soul, create the illusion of a dangerous world, and I will show you how to transform them through connection with your higher self. But before that, it is even more important to reveal to you a truth that has been hidden from humanity for 2,000 years. The keepers have conveyed that all souls on earth are already divided into 3 main levels. The first level consists of sleeping souls. This makes up about 60% of the population. These are people who have come here for the basic experience of survival. Their main lessons are to provide for their material needs, ensure their safety, and fulfill their basic physiological requirements. If you recognize yourself in this description, don't be upset, but know that it is precisely the souls of the first level who are in the greatest danger right now. Why? Because their fate is almost entirely predetermined, and they have minimal freedom of choice. They are like leaves in the wind of global change. Wherever the wind blows, that's where they will go. Signs of first-level souls: constant anxiety about money and personal safety, living by a template, work, home, television, fear of any changes, denial of spiritual reality. The second level is the awakening souls. Right now, they make up only 35% of the population. These are souls who have already accumulated material experience and are searching for something more. Like high school students, they already understand that the world is not limited to this visible reality. My dear ones, if you are watching this video, most likely you are at least at the second level or higher. Your soul has already begun to awaken, otherwise the higher powers would not have brought you here. Second level souls already have some freedom of maneuver. They can partially influence their destiny through their conscious choices. But attention, it is precisely now that it is being decided whether these souls will rise to the third level or fall back to the first. Signs of second-level souls include an interest in spiritual practices, a feeling that something is wrong with this world, searching for one's purpose, occasional insights, synchronicities, and repeating numbers on clocks and elsewhere. Third-level souls are servants of the light. They make up about 5% of the population. These are ancient souls, teachers who have come here not for themselves, but to help others through the transition. Like graduate students, lecturers, and professors at the University of Life, they possess an expanded range of frequencies and the greatest freedom of choice. But dear ones, here lies a paradox. Third-level souls often live the most difficult destinies. Why? Because they chose this voluntarily before their incarnation. Their task is to show others that it is possible to go through any trials and still remain in the light. Many of these souls ask whether it is possible to predict an upcoming turning point in life. Let's clarify this. Turning points in life are not accidental, they represent transitional stages between different levels of consciousness. Imagine a student moving from one grade to the next. Each exam seems stressful and like a crisis, but it is simply a test of readiness for moving on to a new stage. Your soul plans these exams in advance. Signs of an approaching transition include familiar patterns stop working, a sense of inner dissatisfaction appears, old goals lose their significance, and there is a feeling of being stuck. And these transitions happen not as punishment, but for evolution. The more calmly you approach change, the more easily you move through it. Remember, your soul never gives you challenges beyond your abilities. Channeling practice, a dialogue with your crisis. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Imagine your current difficult situation as a teacher who has come to you with an important lesson. Ask, what exactly do you wish to teach me? And be completely open to receiving any and all answers that may come your way. Thank the teacher for the lesson and feel how tension is replaced by acceptance. This simple technique helps you find meaning in any challenge. Why does negativity always seem to be drawn to us? The hidden energy of fears and anxieties? So, why do we generally experience negative emotions? Fear, anger? In fact, dear ones, research shows that 80% of our thoughts are negative, and 90% of those repeat day after day. Why does this happen? The thing is, we are energetically fueled by strong emotions, and negative emotions provide a powerful surge of energy. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism. Danger mobilizes all the body's resources. But in the modern world, this mechanism works against us. We create imaginary dangers to get our usual dose of adrenaline, and this becomes an addiction. How does this manifest? Constantly replaying negative scenarios in our minds about what might happen, looking for problems and dangers where there are none, attracting dramatic situations over and over again, the inability to relax even when at rest, even at night. But how can you relax when there's danger all around? There are wars going on in the world, and there are aggressive, unconscious people nearby from whom you never know what to expect. And even among your closest circle, you encounter devaluing, depressive clients. All of these are common problems for old souls. But the paradox is that tension doesn't protect us from danger. On the contrary, it attracts it. When you are in fear and tension, your perception narrows, your intuition is blocked, you lose flexibility in your responses. You are literally in a stupor, and negative events are drawn to you. On the contrary, when you are relaxed, your intuitive protection is activated. You constantly receive hints, you get unexpected solutions, and you start to notice ways out of seemingly hopeless situations. New opportunities open up for you, and everything starts to work out favorably. You turn any danger to your advantage. Your luck becomes limitless. Your inner state literally creates your external reality. Therefore, by shifting your state to relaxation, you change your circumstances. Another short practice. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself flying out of your body and looking down at the earth from the sky as if from space. See the earth and everything happening on it as a single process of evolution. Feel yourself as part of something greater. Silently say to yourself, I trust the higher plan. And with a sense of security, return to your body. This short practice helps you rise above personal fears and see the bigger picture, where you are part of the whole. Many people are now concerned with the question, what awaits humanity next? But it is important to understand the collective destiny is shaped by the individual choices of each person. We are going through a period of purification. Everything artificial and superficial falls away. Only what is true remains. This may look like complete chaos, but in reality, it is a transition to a new evolutionary level. So, what is really happening? Old systems of control are losing their power, people are awakening to their true nature, and the connection with the spiritual dimension is growing stronger. Material values are giving way to spiritual ones. This is a global process happening all over the world. And the more difficult the external circumstances, the faster the inner transformation takes place. Crises force us to remember who we really are and to realize who is actually in control of your life. Are you ready for a shocking truth? 98% of the time, you are controlled by an inner robot, a set of automatic programs. Only 2% is your true presence in your own life. These programs are formed from ancestral patterns passed down through generations, social attitudes imposed by society, past experiences, including your past incarnations, collective fears, and egregorial influences. How can you recognize the work of these programs? Recurring life scenarios, automatic reactions to triggers, the inability to change your habits, the feeling of being stuck in a loop. But there is good news. Once you become aware of a program, you can rewrite it. And the first step is to see that it's not you, but the program. Let's do another practice. Channeling practice, identifying and disabling programs. Choose one recurring problematic situation in your life and track it. Write down, step by step, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and the outcome. Once you clearly recognize and see the entire chain, find the point where you can break this chain and create a new response scenario, as if you are tuning into a different branch of reality. Mentally play out this new version of the chain 10 times. Repeat it until the new program becomes automatic. Dear ones, today we have uncovered 5 key mechanisms through which the illusion of a dangerous world is created. And we have tried 3 channeling techniques that help us manage reality through intuition. But knowledge is only the first step. True transformation requires deep work. That is why I invite you to a 3-day channeling marathon. Unlock your superpowers in 3 steps and change your life. See you at the marathon. Remember, your soul brought you to this video for a reason. The higher guides want you to make it through the year 2026. This is your moment to move to a new level.